Hey guys, I'm going to review a vegan protest that Vegan Booty did. Of course, one of them is basically topless. And that's because that's what veganism is essentially all about. Seeking attention, feeding your ego, narcissism, not caring about anybody else but yourself. See life, not seafood. We call it seafood, humans always have, because especially if you eat all of the shellfish, for example, when they are still alive, you're consuming the life energy. It's really nutritious and healthy food. Is she actually gonna tell people that she cares about oysters or some kind of fish? No human in the history of humanity has ever cared about fish. That's a mental illness if you're gonna claim that you do. And all that they do is claim. They don't actually. Here's the thing. Just quickly, a vegan cannot care about any animals, and you can see that they don't care about humans whatsoever. They hate humans for the most part. That's the vegan mentality. And that's because they are starved. And when your body is starved, all that it cares about is yourself, except if you're a fake vegan and you cheat. If you are actually fully plant-based, or in other words, don't eat any animal products at all, then your body is going through malnutrition. And of course, you cannot biochemically care about anybody else because your body is occupied with its malnutrition. It wants to eat, which is why vegans are so incredibly aggressive and attack everybody. This is exactly why she is doing that. If she is actually really a vegan, which I would assume she probably is because she's very motivated, it seems, then that's exactly the perfect explanation as to why she attacks everybody and seeks for this attention, because she's really seeking for food. Please watch something on Netflix. Why would you do that at all? Essentially everything on there is to brainwash you in one way or another. Certainly all of those vegan documentaries, come on, who owns Netflix? Who produces all of those Netflix vegan documentaries, man? Those are sponsored by not millionaires, billionaires. Generally, these kind of people, their motivation, it would be great if they would actually fight for human health and healthy food, get people to eat wild seafood, support all of the fishers. But no, they are fighting for the actual side that is destroying human health. Yeah, that's who supports them. A bunch of morons.
We don't eat murdered bodies.
Yeah. That's another thing. Vegans like to use the word murder when it comes to killing animals. That has never been the case. Again, in the history of humanity, we created the word murder for when you kill other humans.
Every single year, 2.7 trillion marine animals are brutally murdered for human food consumption. This Holocaust is only happening because of your choices to eat animals, their secretions, and wear their skin and use other animal products. This is the largest Holocaust in history. Fish are sentient.
That's human history. What is wrong about it? Just name one thing that is in any way wrong about it. What's wrong about killing a fish and feeding yourself? I don't get it.
Beings who feel pain, and they're intelligent beings. They want to live just...
Arguably, a lot of the seafood, so to speak, doesn't actually feel any pain.
like us. If you wouldn't hook a dog in the mouth and drown them, why are you and rip them from the ocean and let them suffocate to death. There is no moral difference. If you're against...
Morals are man-made, and this is a perfect example of it, because in one culture they eat dogs, and in another one they don't and see them as pets and their friends. Of course, if it would come down to it and you would have no food left as a human being, then you would eat your pet dog. You may not be able to imagine it right now, but it would happen. And actually, it did recently happen in a village in Russia near Ukraine, because the people there had no food. All of the dogs in the village were eaten.
Animal abuse, but you're not vegan, then you're a hypocrite. These industries have lied to you. This is not your fault. Please watch Seaspiracy on Netflix for the truth.
I really think that they're not reaching out to anybody at all with this.
And watch Dominion on YouTube.
I think that they also know it.
Happening in our own country. We consider ourselves a society of animal lovers, but there's murdered bodies on your plates.
Not even the people in Australia would really call themselves animal lovers. They like a few pets, that's about it. Overall, I don't think that any society calls itself animal loving.
Call yourself someone who cares about other beings, others of different species, with their murdered bodies on your plates.
Nobody cares.
This is unnecessary violence. We can thrive and survive on a plant-based
There, a guy walking with his enslaved dog on a leash.
diet. There is absolutely no need in 2022 to be paying for animal abuse and murder. It's outdated, it's barbaric, and it's
They probably see them as mentally ill, which they should.
unnecessary violence. It is a holocaust.
How is it unnecessary violence? They kill the fish to provide food for humans. And to be fair, a lot of it is probably farm-raised, which I don't agree with, but let's say they would serve actual wild-caught fish. They would be serving very healthy food to people. That means that they are doing a very good job for humanity.
The largest holocaust in history. 3 trillion innocent individuals brutally murdered every year
What does innocent mean when you talk about animals? What does it mean?
for human food consumption. Their blood is on your hands.
Innocence is again a belief in morals, which are man-made and come from religions. So really they're just admitting that they are religious, because there's no such thing as being innocent.
You're not vegan. It is so easy to choose a cruelty-free plant-based option. Why are you paying for animal abuse and murder? Because you've been conditioned.
The guy with the mask.
Time to undo the brainwashing and stop abusing others of different species. They have every right to live freely without harm, just like we do.
If this is not virtue signaling, then I don't know what is.
You can go to Leaderville right now and eat vegan fish instead. It tastes the same, but it's not made out of the body of someone who wanted to live. It's all plants.
There's no way that it tastes the same. I've never had that kind of garbage myself, but I've seen people who have tried it, and all of them can't stand it. Besides that, the taste is irrelevant anyway, because plants don't have over 15 micronutrients, which means that eating fish actually provides you with all of the required nutrients, more or less, some more, some less, yeah, but plants don't have over 15, which means that it's malnutrition. So it doesn't matter if it would taste exactly like fish, and it would look exactly like it, and so on. If it's malnutrition, then you should not promote it, because you should care about humans, which are also animals by every definition, biologically, yet you want them to be malnourished and eat an unnatural diet. It makes no sense. It would be so nice to be at one of these protests and eat raw meat in front of them, or just drink blood. Oh man, that would be really fun.
Every time you eat fish, you not only pay for the murder of a fish, you pay for the murder of dolphins, whales, turtles, seals, and other marine animals who are brutally murdered by the fishing industry. Their blood is
Cool
on
story.
your hands too. They get caught in nets and suffocate to death. 70% of the ocean's macroplastics come from the fishing industry.
Yeah, there's other ways to do that. Of course, that's not good.
You are polluting the oceans and you're causing the extinction of marine life if you consume or use animal products.
That's a red herring, ironically.
You murder dolphins and other animals every time you eat fish. But why should it matter? Because fish are sentient beings as well.
At least say that they support the murder of those fish. Don't say that they actually do it.
Come have a chat, mate.
Moise, come have a chat. In Australia.
Fuckhead.
Yeah, okay. There you see at the end, vegan compassion. Really, they're not going to achieve anything with these protests. It's good. Nobody cared and nobody should care about them. They are trying to get as much attention as they can in any way they can, as you can see. But at the end of the day, humans are carnivorous animals. We are predatory in nature and we still are, but in different ways nowadays because of the cultivation of humans, so to speak. We've been enslaved and that's a whole different topic. But the thing is that humans will never care about fish, cows, or any of the animals that vegans always talk about, that we should care about. It's a mental illness to do so. You are not moral or whatever you want to believe. You are the ones who are actually incredibly brainwashed. You grew up so unnaturally that you actually start caring about animals that no human ever cared about. And as I said, at the end of the day, they don't even care about them, but they want you to believe that they do. That's all that virtue signaling is all about at the end of the day. And that's simply because they have other mental issues, which are even deeper. The bottom line here is that they are promoting malnutrition. And I'm sure that all of the lobbyists out there are very glad to have brainwashed people like that out there pushing their agenda for them. Thanks for watching.